Hey, what's up, beautiful people? How are you all doing today? I want to say thank you to you watching this video right now. Thank you so much for your time, and may God bless you. Once again, welcome to ihenile.com. Alright, so guys, there is something that I witnessed today, and I thought I should share it with you. This morning on my way back from dropping the children off the school, I was coming back, and because of the load shedding, there was traffic build up, from the route I went. So I decided to try another route, coming back. So what happened was that on that route, I was actually following a learner driver at the back. So I know, of course, when you're following a learner. So I decided to slow down. So while I was slowing down, going behind the learner driver, I spotted a boy, a young boy, a minor for that matter. I don't think that boy should be, up to 14. Should be either 13, 14, thereabout. But believe me, when I say he's a minor, he's a minor. He's a very small boy. Under the tree. At first, I saw him standing with one elderly woman. So at first, I thought they were together. So, but along the line, while we were moving slowly, then the woman moved on. Started moving to the other another direction. So the guy was still standing there. So while I was taking a closer look, I realized that this boy was smoking. He was smoking. So at first I was just like, is it what I'm seeing or is it not? Is it? So by the time I got closer, I saw that this guy was actually smoking, and another guy walked past him, seeing that he was smoking. So when I got there, I drove past. But on the second thought, when I took a closer look, this boy is, he's a very small boy. So I decided to park and then walk back to where he was standing under the tree. So I said hi. He didn't respond. He just looked at me and put his face down. I said hi. He didn't respond. How old are you? He didn't respond. So while I was asking him this question, I decided to take a closer look. Sometimes you see some people, they look very small. It's like a young boy, but they are old. They have people like that. So I was just trying to study his physique to see if he's that kind of person. So, but I realized that this is a small boy going to school. So I continued asking him, like, okay, what's your name? He didn't answer. How old are you? He didn't answer. But once in a while, he would just glance at my face and then look down. So at this point now, he has stopped smoking. We're just holding the cigarette. I said, but why are you smoking at this age? Can you talk to me? He never said anything. So while I was standing with him, then this other man that walked past initially saw me. Maybe he was thinking I wanted to either kidnap the boy, or I wanted to harm him or do something, So he started walking back to hear our conversation. So while he got closer, I was still busy asking the boy, like, what's your name? How old are you? Can you talk to me? What I was having in my mind was this, as a parent, I imagined that young boy to be my son, biologically, So while I was looking at him, I had this compassion that this boy really doesn't know what he's engaging himself into. That is the first thing that came into my mind, So now, while I was asking him, then the other man came. It was under his shade, under the tree. So he was just observing to hear our conversation. But I was the only one talking, actually, because this guy, the boy, was not responding to me. So I started talking to him. The cigarette was busy burning, while he was holding it. So I was asking him, how old are you? So do you think that it's good for you, to start smoking at this early stage? Is your parents okay with it? Those are the questions hence he wasn't responding. So I was busy asking, but once in a while he would just raise his head and glance at me and then look away. So now this other man that came back was giving me that attitude, like, what is your business? What is your business? That I shouldn't. He was like giving me that attitude, like I shouldn't be bothering the boy. After all, he has the right to do whatever. You are not the father, you are not his relation, and all of that. So now, what I want to know, especially our South African brothers and sisters, I want to find out, like where I'm coming from, we believe, we have this mentality that one person does not give birth to a child. What that means is that as you're walking on the street, in the marketplace, anywhere you find yourself, and you come across a minor, you come across a young girl, a young boy engaging into something that is destructive, something that is he or she shouldn't be doing at that age. Whether you're the biological father or the biological mother or related to him or her, it doesn't matter. You there and then, you have to caution, you have to correct, you have to call back that that minor to order. You know, you have to teach, you have to correct, you have to. That is the mentality I have from where we are coming from, and that is how we see it. You know, you can see a young girl dressed inappropriate in a public place. You know, if another woman will say, "Hey, my daughter, whose daughter are you?" You know, they will ask you, "My daughter, whose daughter are you?" You know, even if you don't know the parents, you know, you say, "No, my daughter, don't you think that the way you are dressing is not appropriate? You know, like this and this and that and that." You start correcting and correcting, and for that reason, next time when she dress, you know, in a very inappropriate way, going out, you will remember, or she will remember that, you know, she will come across or come in contact with some elders on the street that will rebuke her or will correct her. So it will help her, it will guide her, it will be like something that will checkmate her mode of dressing before she leaves home. You know, even if the parents were not at home. You know, so this is the mentality that we have from where we are coming from. But here in this country, I just realized that, like personally, sometimes when I'm going to take my children from school, I will come across some minors, a boy and a girl of, you know, these are minors, these are young, you know, children. You see them locking up together, you see some of them kissing, you see some of them, you know, romancing themselves. These are young children. And you see adults, they will just carry their own child and walk past without rebuking them, without correcting them, without saying a word to them. So what I want to find out is this: is it against the law in this country for you to see a minor, be it a boy or a girl, doing something that is not appropriate? Is it against the law for anybody that comes across this scene or something like this to correct that child? That is what I want to know. You know, I really want to know, is it against the law in this country that when you see a child, because he or she is not your biological child, you don't have any right to address that situation or correct that child or whatever? Is it against the law here? That is my question. Please, if you know the answer to this question, please answer me. I'm really desperate to know the answer. Thank you so much for your time. Please, if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead after this video, subscribe. Thank you. God bless you.